Welcome back to episode 6 of Questline. A job today, a future tomorrow. Last time, the party got our next quest to venture to Death Swallow Swamp. Before we left, we stopped by Tusks and Husks, where Katsy, the Wiccan shopkeep, gave us a crystal and some moths, as well as a warning to be cautious on entering Death Swallow. As we walked through the illusory pine forest, we were greeted by an ancient and powerful giant elk. After some initial confusion, it carried us to the place we could enter the swamp, where we ate the drug moths and the world began to melt around us.
The world is beginning to melt around you. Everything is terrifying. You see a village that's been quickly put up together over like a time lapse sort of thing, and you looked into the sky and seen a crescent moon with an elk on it.
Is that normal?
How did they get the elk up on the moon?
I have no clue. I've got a range of 60 feet.
As you hold your hand up to the sky, you feel the elk, and you see out of the moon an elk steps down and is in front of you now.
What the heck?
Just Valefar.
What?
Oh, so we didn't see
And,
it?
and Valefar was just grasping.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
I'll reach my hand up.
Do you not see the elk?
As you raise your hand, Destello, you grab a moth, and then the moth is gone. And then you feel something behind your ear. You grab behind your ear, there's a moth behind your ear. And then as soon as you look at it, it disappears.
What is it? What's wrong with...
What are they doing?
Destello, what? I don't know, Tony. What is the side effects?
Is it fluffy?
The Wiccan
it's
woman
really
told us about.
As soon as you say side effects, your legs give out, and you just you fall into this liquid, and then you fall through the liquid.
Help! I'm falling!
And then you,
What do we see?
and then you keep falling, but then it's silent, and you stop, and it's just black. It's just black everywhere, and you're just floating in this middle of this space.
Can I not see any of my friends?
You can't see any of your friends.
Smudge, are you here?
Is anybody there?
As you say, is anyone there? You hear your voice echo through this empty black space. And then you see two white eyes appear in front of you.
Who's there? Hello?
They blink and then open again.
Where am I? What is this place?
Nothing happens.
Help! Help!
As you say help, the eyes blink one more time, and then a wave of moths fly at you. And then it goes back to Tony. Tony, you go, is Smudge there?
Yeah, Smudge, are you here?
You see Smudge walk up to you. He looks up at you. His eyes aren't as black as they've always been. They're blue. And in his eyes, you see the ocean.
Smudge, are you okay? I reach out to touch his head.
You reach out to touch his head, and as you do, you feel the lap of the ocean. And you feel the waters of the ocean touching your hand. And then Smudge opens his mouth and you hear an air horn noise. Like the horn of a ship coming into port. And you turn around and you see flying fish jumping out of the lake.
Whoa, that's awesome! Is this part of Death Swallow?
And then you see one of the fish stop in mid-air and then turn to face you. And then its eyes begin to glow like a burning white.
Hey, Mr. Fish, how's it going?
Okay, Valefar. You're patting this elk deer really good. And you keep patting it, and then it as you start to pat it more, your hands start to hurt.
Ow.
So you stop patting
Okay,
it.
I'm just gonna...
I'm
gonna keep patting it. I'm
Okay.
gonna work through the pain.
You keep patting it.
Who's a good thing?
And it begins to... It stops acknowledging the pats, and then looks at you, and then you look around and you're in a black space. It's just you and this elk.
I've been here before.
At least you're an elk.
The elk lowers its head, and as it lowers its head, it keeps lowering its head, and it keeps lowering its head, and then its head falls off.
Well, that was unexpected.
and you look into like the body of the elk, and then you see a moth sitting in the center of the elk.
I'm going to try to like let it on my finger. The moth.
You hold your finger out, and then you feel like the moth begin to crawl onto your hand, but it's not moving. You just feel it crawling onto your hand, and then you look over at your hand, and you see little white trees beginning to grow out of it.
I'm not doing this.
Like the tree branches that you planted in a circle, they begin to grow and they make a little circle in your hand, and then a little flower pops out. And in the flower, you see another moth.
Inception.
This is trippy.
Okay, we're gonna go back to thingies.
I'm tripping balls!
You as you say that,
Balls descend from the sky.
the moths stop and they all freeze around you.
In what sort of pattern? Is
Like a freeze frame around you. You can
Surrounded by
yes,
scrap
they're just
freeze frame.
surrounded around you.
Can I like move towards them or anything?
You can move.
I can move. Do I walk or is it like swimming?
You walk.
Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna walk over to them and touch them.
As you begin to walk over and try to touch them, you feel a wall.
Feel a wall. Can I push it? Can I try and push through it?
You start to push as hard as you can, and nothing budges.
Where's the eyes gone? Hello? Are the eyes there?
As you say that, you're still pushing on the closes.
Fuck.
Okay.
You know, Destello.
Yes.
So you see all of your friends on the ground, face down.
Oh no!
Tony! Fingers! I walk up and like poke their heads.
Okay, you poke it. Whose head?
Yeah,
you
screw
poke?
Valefar.
Tony.
What the heck?
Tony's head.
You tap Tony's head, and as you do, his head melts.
Walk up to Fingers and like touch where his thumb was.
You touch where his thumb was, and you see a thumb grow.
Oh, that's the other thumb!
You touch the other thumb, it grows,
I gave you fingers!
but it doesn't stop growing, and it keeps going.
What have I done?
So is it getting longer or is it getting more segments?
It's getting more segments of thumb.
Ah!
And it continues to grow, and then you see Fingers stand up and goes, "Well, it's alright!" And then he holds his thumb up and then like bends it back down to put it in his hand, and you see all like you hear all the clips of bones all like wrap around his hand. However, you notice something in the distance in the swamp. You see a large moth.
You fucking moth, come back here! Run
it's-
after the moth.
It's just standing there.
How far away is it?
It's about 20 feet.
Okay, I'll run after the moth.
You run up to the moth.
I'll pull up my rapier.
As you pull up your rapier, it's one of the sticks.
And poke the moth with the stick.
You poke them off with the stick, and as you do, the stick disintegrates. And then the moth opens its mouth, and then you see like a spiral in it, heading further down and down and down. What do you want to do?
I want to eat the moth.
Okay.
Interesting thought, actually.
So you try and eat the moth.
Yes.
It's really big. You just sort of like start nibbling on like its antenna.
Yummy.
And then you hear a click, and then you look at the antenna and you notice it's a branch.
What the fuck?
And you look around and now you're in a black space.
Everybody's in a black space except me.
Yeah.
I got fish, fam.
Yeah. Speaking of Tony,
Okay.
you see the fish looking at you,
Hey, Mr. Fish.
and it opens its mouth and you hear a chorus of angels.
Oh, wow, that's surprisingly pretty.
And
I didn't
then-
know fish could sing.
And then the fish begins to contort strangely, and rolls up
Oh.
into a small ball.
I'm backing away.
Yeah, as you start backing away, you feel a hand on your back.
I turn around to look.
You turn around and you see a robed figure. The one from the cave.
Ah! I try and pull out my dagger and thrust it into it.
As you pull out your dagger is not black and necrotic anymore. It's actually really white and bright and happy. And you thrust it at him. He goes, "It's alright, Tony. I'm only here to help."
Yeah, I stab him right in the chest.
You stab him right in the chest. "Oh, well, that's, And he grabs at his chest, and you see his skeleton hand. He's like, "Wow, that's quite a dent you did there." And then he pulls the blade out, and then you see moths beginning to, crawl out.
I turn and gap the scene.
Okay, as you start to run, the world begins to run out of space.
So there's just chunks aren't loaded.
Chunks aren't loading, and then you run into a black space.
God damn it!
And you turn around, and there's nothing behind you.
Smudge!
No smudge.
Smudge!
Okay, so Valefar,
See?
what do you want to do? There's a moth and an elk.
So there's a moth and an elk.
Oh, and, sorry, your hands are growing trees.
My hands are growing trees. Well, this is interesting. I'm going to sit down,
You sit down.
cross-legged.
Okay. The terrace sort of rushes over you. You know, you're sort of calming down. You just sit. And then the sky begins to clear, and you see an elk. And the elk's head, nuzzles down next to you. And it begins to speak. "Valefar, I know of your past. This is interesting to me.
How do you know?
I see many things. I see the way that the trees bend and the branches break, and as he says that, all the branches break on your hand inward, and then they sort of they pull together over the flowers, and then they go into your hand.
Did it hurt or anything?
No, it doesn't hurt.
Where am I?
You're lost within your mind, you see. I require something of yours, and I showed it to you, but I fear you and your friends didn't quite understand."
Yes, What?
Those branches I gave you,
Yes,
those were the antlers of my children. They were taken from me.
I see.
I want them back.
Where will we find them?
In this village, in front of you.
Do I see the village?
No.
What village?
I need you to stand up,
Okay, I stand up.
and I need you to walk.
Okay, I stumble forward.
As you try and walk, you don't move.
So turns out, I cannot walk.
It's alright, I trust you. Walk. I want you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
A saving throw? Or
Yeah,
check?
saving throw.
Oh, hit my toe!
Do I use that roll or do I
Roll again. If it's off the table, roll again.
That is a 12 plus that. That's a 16.
16. You put 1 foot forward, and as you do, you notice the blackness around you becomes water.
I'm going to try to move the other foot forward.
You move the other foot forward with ease.
So
and
is walking fine?
you can walk. I believe in you.
Thank you.
As you begin to walk, the world around you begins to repaint itself. And you begin to see a swamp. You see a village in front of you. You also turn around. You see no elk. You see nothing behind you but a wall.
I'm going to put my hand up against the wall. What's the wall look like?
It's a stone wall. It looks like the same ancient ruins that were outside.
Okay. I'm going to knock on it to see if it's real.
It's real.
Okay. Awesome. What's the village look like?
It looks like a shanty, put together wooden village. You can see lantern light coming from it.
Do I see any people?
No people.
I'm going to approach.
as you start to walk towards it, we're going to cut to Fingies. Fingies, you're in this room. It's black. There's scary eyes. There's everything around you.
And is the wall thing? Wait, because the eyes went away when I poked it in.
Yeah.
Right. I've been on trips like this before. I just gotta calm down. I gotta collect my thoughts. I am my thoughts.
As
I'm
you say,
gonna sit down and try meditating, clear my head, and see how
Yeah.
the void responds.
as you try to sit down and clear your head, you see the moths begin to fly at you, and they're aggressive and they're surrounding you.
I'm gonna swat them away. This is scary.
You start to swat them and they grow bigger.
Gee, that's pretty terrifying. What are moths like? Lamps! I'm gonna pull out my... I saw it in a meme!
Freaking moth beams!
I'm gonna pull out my oil flask. I have one left.
Okay.
And actually I have a hooded lamp as well.
You pull out a hooded lamp.
A loaded hemp.
And I'm gonna throw it to see if it draws the moths away or like burns them all. I'm just gonna throw it. I'm panicking at this
You
point.
throw it up in the air, and the moths don't follow it, but they're just surrounding you.
And my swatting doesn't do anything? Are they hurting me? And
No.
Can I feel anything? No.
You can't feel them.
Can I like move through them?
You can move through them.
Okay, I'm gonna stand up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna walk forward through
Okay.
the cloud of moths.
Okay. Yeah.
And I do that fine.
I want you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, sure. Saving throws. -1. 13.
13. You struggle a bit to get through the moths, but once you're through them, you see a stone path.
A stone path.
Yep.
So the moths aren't following me anymore?
It's just a black, empty room with a stone path.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up my lamp. And then
The lamp is gone.
It's gone. Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna continue down the path.
As you begin to walk down the path, you see a few interesting pieces scattered around. You see what looks like memories of yours. You see past heists. You see breaking into houses with your thumbs still intact. You see yourself lockpicking your way through chests, everything, taking everything that you could.
Good times.
And you notice you were greedy when you were young. You stole everything that you could get your hands on.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you see, at the end of the path, you see a bloodied cleaver. And that was the one you remember that took off your thumbs. At the edge of the path.
Can I pick it up?
As you pick,
Without my thumbs?
as you try to pick it up, you notice you have your thumbs here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa! Oh!
You pick up the cleaver, and as soon as you do, your thumbs disappear, and you see the black walls begin to run a faint red as you hear like a river going.
Oh my god. Wait, where's the river coming from? Can I see it?
It's just all around you. Destello,
Yes.
you ran. I believe was your last thing. You just ran. Oh no, you tried
No.
to eat them off. You
Yeah, I
broke
ate them off and I got a stick.
You got your stick.
In your mouth.
And as you look around, you're in a black room, and you have this stick.
I'd like to sit on it like it's a broomstick.
Okay. As you
Natural
do,
response.
I want you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, good. That's one of the ones which I'm good at. 23.
23. You sit on the stick, and it creates an old broomstick. And you begin to float off the ground.
What?
It's a magic broomstick.
Oh, that's cool.
I like to fly around, I guess.
Okay, you try and fly around, and you're flying around carelessly. And as you start to do that, the world begins to repaint itself. You're calm. You're readjusting yourself, and as you blink your eyes one final time, you see Valefar walking towards a village, and there's a large stone wall behind you.
Valefar! What? Hello? What?
You see Destello behind you, holding his hands out.
Oh, hey, Destello!
You don't
What are
have
you-
a broom.
No!
What are you holding?
The broomstick!
He's
gone!
I think we've all had a rough day. I take out my water skin and I'm like, have a sword.
Okay. Tony.
So, where was I? Blackness.
Blackness.
Just blackness.
Just blackness, yeah.
I reach down to see if I still have my sword and my dagger.
When you try and grab for those, they're gone.
Okay, I look down. What do I look for my bag?
You don't see your body.
Oh!
Oh my god.
I tried to touch my face.
As you try to touch your face, your hands just sort of touch each other.
I try to cast light on my hands.
You cast light on your hands. You see a glowing ball in between your hands.
I try to taste it.
You try to taste it. As you try to taste it, your tongue just like feels like it's burning.
Ah! That was uncool.
Yeah. So you've got this ball of light.
I look around.
It's just blackness.
Smudge! Smudge, I'm really freaking out, man!
In front of you, you see a large shadow appear.
On what?
Just appear.
Hey there, shadow guy, you want...
It's not a guy. It's just a large shadow.
You want to help a brother out?
What do you do?
I try and thrust the ball of light towards the shadow.
As you throw the ball of light, you see fur. And then, when it hits the ground, it lights up the whole room, and it's like a bright sunny day, and you see a massive smudge in front of you.
Whoa! Smudge! You're looking good, bud. You're looking different. Did you change your hair?
Well, yeah! Didn't you notice my rockin' perm?
I look at Smudge's head.
It's a rockin' perm.
Oh, wow, that's... You know, it's very strange to see a Shiba Inu with such long hair.
Well, ha!
Oh, Smudge, where am I?
Well, you're in your head, silly!
Oh, that's not a good place to be.
You need to get out of here, bud!
Do you know how?
Well, I would suggest trying to leave.
Oh, okay. I turn around.
You see a door behind you.
And I walk towards the door.
You walk towards the door.
Do I reach the door?
Yeah, you reach the door.
Does it have a handle?
Doesn't have a handle.
I push it.
You push open the door. You see a push sign appear on the door as you push it open.
Oh, good.
It just seems like more black void.
I peer through.
As you peer through, you see the world begin to paint itself around you.
I look behind me. Thanks, Smudge!
Smudge is gone.
Oh. Well, I step through.
You step through, and you see a swamp, like a swamp town with a large stone wall behind you. Yeah, and you see Destello and Valefar.
Did we hear him look at the wall and thank Smudge?
No.
No, okay.
No, you didn't hear that.
Oh, guys, hey!
Oh, hey!
Tony!
Tony made it.
Yeah, so you see Tony, and coming up behind you, Tony, is Smudge.
Smudge! Hey, bud, thank you!
Smudge's eyes look like he's seen more things.
I pick him up, and I give him a scritch.
As soon as you scratch him, he calms down.
Oh, that's a good boy.
Where his fingers?
Yeah, we're missing somebody. I look down.
As you look down, you don't see any. You just see the muddy water.
Gross.
How deep is the water?
It's about shin deep.
Oh. Ew.
The socks are on the
okay. Thingy.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to think.
There's the cleaver, and you've picked it up.
But my thumbs are gone.
Your thumbs are gone when you picked it up, and you hear a river.
Okay, I'm gonna throw the cleaver away when I realize my thumbs are gone.
Okay, you throw the cleaver into the black, and you hear it like land on something.
Do my thumbs come back?
No.
Oh, that's sad. I'll go over. If I heard it land on something, I'll go over and check what it landed on.
Okay, as you begin to walk, you notice the river's right in front of you.
Ooh. Is it flowing in any particular direction, or is it?
It's just flowing.
Can I follow downstream?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna walk downstream
As you
see where it leads.
Okay, as you start to walk downstream, you see a table.
A table.
A table and 2 chairs.
Is there anyone there? On the
There's a
table?
lady.
G'day, lady. Do you know what this place is?
She turns to face you, and she goes, "This is your conscience."
My conscience.
Yes. Is it clear?
Cleared, you say?
Are you ready for rehabilitation?
Rehab. You don't need. I don't need to be rehabilitated. I'm fine.
Maybe you can spend another 150 years
No.
in a cell.
I can't go back there. I just got out. I'm a good citizen now. I promise. I haven't stolen anything since.
She looks at you.
What's your name?
My name?
Yeah.
Well, I don't have a name. You can choose it for me.
Right. I'll call you Perky after my ex-cellmate.
As you say Perky, you see Perky appear.
Perky, my man.
Hey mate, well how's it going? Hip hap happening.
Oh,
Alright?
It's happened bad, man. Right, you gotta get me out of here, man. I don't know what's going on. This woman's threatening to put me back in prison.
What woman? He turns around.
Oh, there was a woman I named her Perky after you.
Well, Perky, that's me!
Yeah, that's what I said.
Alright mate, hold on, give me a minute!
Okay, wait a minute. Perky?
Oh yeah, what's up?
You said you were gonna. You had
Oh,
needed a minute for something.
Sorry, I forgot.
What were you gonna do? Were you gonna solve this problem we're in?
Oh well, I'm just sort of here. I'm just
What do you mean?
I'm projection.
I put my hand up to him.
As you do, you sort of just push through him. It's like, see, mate, I'm just in your brain.
Perky? Why are you in my brain? Get out of my brain!
All right, see you, mate. And a door appears behind him, and he walks out.
I'm gonna follow him out the door.
You follow him out the door. As you do, the world paints itself around you, and you see Tony, Destello, and Valefar all having a little chat.
Guys, I just had the weirdest trip.
Fingers! Hey, Fingers!
I have my thumbs back there.
I'm gonna point back with my thumb. You also had thumbs in my one. I made them, and then they just kept growing and growing and growing. It was really bad.
Well, that sounds pretty bad.
I saw fish and they sang real good. Can fish sing?
I didn't know singing fish.
What? Fish can sing?
Apparently.
I've heard of some singing fish.
Oh, what about you, Valefar? What did you see?
I saw the elk.
Oh, that sounds nice.
It was alright. He got decapitated at one point, but...
Oh,
That is not good.
man, those moths are heavy stuff.
I tried to eat another one in there. It was not good.
Oh, don't do that. Why would you do that?
As you look around, though, you can see these moths like flying about. It looks like you didn't actually eat them. You think that was possibly part of the illusion as well. You eating the moths.
Our whole life is a trip.
I've got no clue what just happened.
I don't think I want to know.
Yeah, the village is right there.
Yeah, you see this village, and it's like a rundown shanty village. It's got like moss growing on it. It looks like old, but you see lights on there.
Is everything like moonlit?
Yeah, everything's moonlit.
Okay.
But it's like surprisingly bright for a crescent moon.
Okay.
Alright, remember, if anyone asks, we're from just west of here, and we're coming into town for a look-see.
I thought Catsy
Right.
said that.
No! You can't mention her. You'll get her in trouble, and probably us decapitated.
Right,
Yes,
good
let's
call.
not do that.
So are you guys heading towards the village?
Yes.
As you start to head towards the village, the swamp water gets thicker, and it's sort of like yucky, and it's really gross, and you're like walking very slowly through this.
This is unpleasant.
How deep does it go?
I'm going to need a new suit.
It keeps getting deeper till you're about waist deep.
I have to carry
What
Smudge
about me?
then.
I'm
Oh.
at home. Is it
Oh.
like up to my... I'm just swimming. I'm like...
Yeah, well, it's just like at your chin.
Okay, I'm gonna hold Valifar's hand.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold his hand.
I'll hold my rapier and my
Yeah.
briefcase out of the water.
Yeah.
I'm just holding on to my robes. I'm gonna roll up my sleeves, exposing my arms.
As you do that, you guys see a crystal in Valfar's.
Whoa, what is that?
Mad Tattoo Man.
Ah, thanks. I actually have no clue what it is. I woke up and I found it there.
Oh.
What can it do? Can it do anything?
I tap it. Nah. Nothing that I know of.
That's pretty lame.
Yeah.
So are you guys just going to continue walking?
I knew a girl with a tongue piercing once.
So you guys continue heading just through the swamp, just towards the village.
Yeah.
It continues getting deeper, but then you hit something with your feet, and it feels sturdy.
Does it start becoming shallower now? Is this like the
as
deepest
you
point?
as
Can
you
we
start,
try and step up on it?
yeah. Oh yeah. So you step up onto it, and you feel like sort of the creaking of wood. And
That's relief.
as you start walking further up, you see like the village is really close to you now. And as you start to walk up onto this thing, it starts to like a wooden path. It begins to appear up to the village. It's all suspended 10 feet off the out of the water.
So did we go up these wooden stairs out of the mud?
Yeah, that appeared before you as you stepped on them.
Okay.
Once we're completely out of the mud,
Okay.
I turn to ask, I don't suppose any of you could clean us up?
Yes.
Yes, don't worry, I got you guys. And then I just wave my hand.
Prestidigitation.
Yup. Prestidigitation.
Yes.
Yeah. And I I'm gonna
Prostitutes.
wave my hand down and clean all the mud off, each one individually.
Okay.
That's really handy.
As you do that, you guys all notice because you're facing away towards them. But all three of you notice you see a gnome woman looking at you, and she's got her mouth agape.
Wait, who was it that didn't notice?
Valefar.
Okay.
Because he's turned around.
Yeah,
Right.
cleaning on.
Hello!
She's holding a basket of fruit, and she looks over at you.
I put my hand over and just on Destello's arm, shh. I try and remember what Casti's voice sounded like what her accent was.
It was sort of southern-ish.
Okay,
Well,
can I
there.
roll performance
Yeah.
to try and...
Yeah.
Oh, good. I haven't rolled above a 6 this whole session. That's a 9.
Okay. Yeah.
Howdy there!
She looks in more terror.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna,
I look down and I cough and I try again.
I'm gonna push him to the side for a second.
Alright, that's a 14.
Okay.
How's it going?
It's pretty good.
I just nod.
Sup? Greetings. Hello.
Hello? We haven't seen one of your kind here in a long time.
Don't.
I take a step forward before anyone can say anything. Oh, right, you mean this here tiefling fella. Well, don't you worry.
Yeah, demon blood.
Don't you worry about them. They is a couple of good uns.
Devil blood.
We're from just west of here, and we thought we'd come into town have a look-see around.
Looks around. Oh, fair enough. And she's staring at the two tieflings.
Now, I know that, of course, you'd be suspicious of them, but I promise I've known them most of my life. They're good fellas.
She gulps for a second, closes her eyes, and then drops the basket and begins to run.
Oh, well, we'll see you around.
And as she's running, you hear her shouting to the rest of the people, and she runs, and then you start to hear a bell chime.
Oh shit.
What's that?
Okay, guys.
Well, what are we here for?
Seems like maybe tieflings aren't so welcome here. I don't suppose you can do anything about that. And I just gesture to all of them.
As you start to say that, you see a gnome man beginning to stroll up towards you.
What does he look like?
I could take him in a fight.
He's got a little waistcoat on, and he has what looks like a small little not a moth, but it looks like a moth. It looks like one of those sort of not a butterfly, but it looks like a rugged butterfly.
Right.
Or just on the shoulder.
Yeah, just on the
Okay,
shoulder.
that's
Is it
weird.
just a symbol or is it
No,
alive?
it's alive.
So it's like a
Okay.
parrot,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
moth.
a moth thing.
And he walks up and he's got his hands in his pockets as he walks up towards you guys.
I reach my hand down.
He spits in front of him.
I take a step forward, pushing everyone back behind me and say, well, howdy there, sir. What can I do for you?
You bringing infernal blood onto our land here in Brindlebrook?
Well, now I know that it's unusual around these parts, but
Very unusual.
out in the west, we got a few of them running around, and we promise
A few in the west?
Yeah, we got a few out there in the west, and they're not like what you're thinking. We promise we've got them real civilized.
Can
I roll?
Yeah.
Persuasion, that's 17.
He leans back. See, I'm pretty sure the last time I went out west, they had your heads on pikes. As he looks over to Valefar.
Oh, now you must be thinking of the other west. You see, we're from like far west.
How west we talking about?
Well, more west than you're thinking, I'd say.
With disadvantage.
What?
With disadvantage.
Okay. Cool. So that's 8.
He spits again in front of him. You lying to me, son?
I'm gonna clean the spit. It's fucking gross.
He spits again.
Each time he spits, I'm
He's
cleaning
gonna run out of saliva at some point.
I'll never run out of magic.
He turns around. You ain't welcome in Brindlebrook.
Oh, now listen. We'll just we'll pass right through. I swear you won't even notice us. We're just we're having a look-see, but we're actually continuing to head east. We're going on a trek. It's part of it's a charity event. We have to walk through we have to walk the length of the swamp. We're raising money for gnomish awareness to help get gnomes more stilts so that they can traverse deeper parts of the swamp easier.
You're telling me you've never been able to summon a swamp ski?
Well, of course, but you see, out in the west, not everyone has access to such things, so we need to get these gnomish stilts, which is what we're raising money for. It's a pretty poor part of the area.
He turns around and looks further out into the town, and you see a few gnomes beginning to walk to you now, and they have trees for arms, essentially. Like small trees, and it's just all this vine. It's got this like green runic writing on it.
Wait, do they still have fingers and stuff, or does it end with like a bush?
Oh yeah, no, it's got like fingers,
Okay.
like clear defined.
Do they have thumbs?
Yeah, they have thumbs.
I'm wandering off at this point.
Where?
And wandering off
Into the swamp?
into town.
Into town?
Yeah, I'll come with
he holds out his hand. Now hold on, Infernal Blood. I said you ain't allowed in this part of town.
What about me?
He looks over at the other gnome. What are you, dark skinned gnome?
Oh, I'm a deep gnome.
A deep gnome?
That's right.
We don't have deep gnomes here in Death Swallow.
Oh, you just gotta go really far under the ground. You're not looking hard enough.
Do you know what's under there?
Swamp? Gnomes? Deep gnome?
He faces back. He turns back around, and you see these gnomes with these tree arms, like right next to him now. And he turns.
While he's distracted, I turn around and I take one of the potions out of my bag and I just down the whole thing.
Okay. So when you down it, you're like, fuck. She sold me these duds, and then you feel so charming. And I want you to put on your most charming voice. There is no voice breaks here in Childland.
Alright, I think I should probably keep doing the accent.
Okay, yeah.
But I turn back around. Now you listen up.
He perks up a little.
Now, I've been cordial with you. And, out in the west, when somebody's cordial to you, we expect reciprocation. So I will tell you again, I can vouch for these folks being real good fellers. We're just gonna move right through your town. We'll be here a day at tops. I swear you won't even notice us. So you just don't worry about them, and y'all go right along your business. You hear?
So you have an advantage.
Oh, thank God.
17.
17. He smiles. All right, we'll let him through. And he reaches out his hand to the tree gnomes, and the gnome holds out like its tree hand, and you see a bloom grow in his hand, and he plucks out the blooms in both of their hands, and he holds them out to the two tieflings.
Well, go on, take them.
Yeah, I'll grab mine.
As soon as you reach to try and grab them, he like pulls his hand away and like drops, but you grab it.
Yeah.
Do I get one? Oh, sorry, I guess I guess
he
not.
holds out his hand and another bloom appears and he goes and hands it to you.
I'm gonna grab it.
Well, thank you
And
kindly.
he looks over at you. You keep these boys on a leash.
Well, of course, sir.
We don't like mutts in our town.
Well, we appreciate your hospitality and understanding. Thank you very much.
He turns back around.
Excuse me, sir. Did you call me a mutt?
He turns back around.
Destello?
Sir, do you know who you're talking to?
Oh, I didn't realize they could speak.
Yeah, they can. They're just,
Maybe he needs a muzzle.
Maybe you need a muzzle, sir.
He looks over.
Or should I say, child?
He looks back to the tree gnomes. And one of the gnomes, like, starts to, like, punch his hand.
I'll run forward up to him and cast Thunderwave.
What?
Okay.
alright, fingers, Valefar, shall we just, we're just gonna head, away.
Right, let's go.
About 60 feet away. Roughly at the spellcasting range of a standard.
That would put you back into the swamp.
Well, but, like, can we go into the town? Like,
Oh, you would
It's
have
only
to
a
run
15.
past
It's only a 15-foot cube.
yeah, right, but, like... so we came up a wooden thing. Is it like a platform now?
It's a platform, but like it's a dead end right behind you, and then it's the gnomes, and then
Okay, so
Right,
the
okay, well, I'm just gonna move as far away as I can while still on the platform.
As well.
okay.
Same.
I'm
As
not gonna head back into the swamp.
you
No.
all start walking towards the gnomes, and Destello just sprints ahead.
Yeah.
And casts Thunderwave.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So they needed to make a Dex saving throw. DC is 14.
The two guards save, and the guy in the coat doesn't.
I like to use my Channel Divinity for my Tempest Cleric. So it does 17 damage. And everyone who didn't save. So everyone who didn't save takes 17 damage and is pushed 10 feet away from me.
Okay. And everyone who has saved? So they take half?
On a failed save... Oh, shit. Yeah, yeah, it takes half damage and isn't pushed.
Okay. 17 halved is just...
Round down is 8. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And... Sweet. So as you...
Gotta play the character.
As you pass this, like, this just thunderous boom, it hits both of the guards and they just stay sturdily stood. And the gnome in the waistcoat just get pushed down into the ground and slides back past where you guys originally were. And he doesn't say a word.
It's got a plot twist.
He just stands up
Oh my.
and he looks over at you.
Wait, at Destello or
At
all of them?
Destello.
Okay. You really stirred the pot.
Sir, I would like you to respect me, okay?
Fucking infernals.
I'm
Pull out my rapier and my shield.
I silent image the giant elk behind us, and
In the swamp?
no, behind us on the platform. I don't know how big
And
this
it wouldn't
platform
fit
is.
on the platform.
Then in the swamp,
Okay.
How big is Silent Image?
15-foot cube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Just big enough for you.
I reckon, like it can be smaller, but
Okay, yeah.
as
So,
big as I can.
If it's in the swamp, you can have its legs. Under.
Yeah,
Yeah. like
so you have this elk appears. They look over and it's like, giant elk can't. They can't. The waist-coated one stands. That ain't right. And the tree gnomes, they place their hands on the path, and the roots of their thing begin to like channel down into the swamp.
What are those roots doing?
I don't think you're in any place to ask questions.
Hey, we have the blessing of this giant goat here, elk here.
He picks He reaches into his pocket, pulls out a pocket watch, and then starts looking at it, and then looks back at the elk, closes the pocket watch. I don't think that elk's very real now, is it?
Whoa,
No,
what
it's not.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say.
Oh, well.
Boys, I'm gonna give...
No. Quiet now.
I didn't say you could speak in
I didn't say
blood.
you could speak either. Oof, I'm sick of your shit already. We made it here through the help of the giant elk. I've heard they've got significance in this world, and if you can't respect that, why should we respect you?
Right, you know what? Let's cut to the chase. That whole thing about the fundraiser was poff, whatever that word is. We're here hunting for these cult members from the Black Hide. We've been told that they've made it here to Death Swallows, and we're gonna help cleanse you of them.
The gnome stands up, he brushes all the dust and smoldering ash or
Forgot
whatever
that happened.
off his waistcoat.
Does anybody want to prestidigitate that?
And he looks up at you guys. The Black Hide and your kind have not stepped foot in our land for 300 years.
You fucking Wong. There's this bar guy up in the overworld.
Hold up. You ain't from here?
We from out west. Remember?
You said in the overworld, boy.
It's west in the overworld.
Well, I'm gonna give all of you 15 seconds to get back into that swamp and go west or whatever you're going and get gone.
Whoa, we're not leaving until we get the information on where the Black Hide is.
Yep. He looks over at the tree guards and he just nods. They pull out their hands from underneath the swamp, and you see there's some glowing fireflies in them. And then they close their hands, and I want everyone to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh shit.
Oof.
Ooh.
6,
8.
12.
15.
Okay,
We went to Sydney Gorda.
all three of you drop to the ground, apart from Tony.
Thank God. Just a little boy.
And you're just unconscious.
So we're all
Oh, shit.
asleep.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've gone to sleep. And he looks over at you.
I cast Dissonant Whispers on him, the guy in the
On him.
coat. with the
Oh
waistcoat.
shit.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure that's a
Is
save.
that in con or
Wisdom.
Wisdom. He turns and faces you, and his eyes widen, and he turns into the bog, clicks his fingers, and then jumps into the bog.
Oh, yeah, that works for me.
Escaping.
And you see the tree guards look over at this and go, "What?" And then they close their hands again, make another con save.
That's a 12.
So you do your damage or whatever it is.
Jesus.
How much?
10.
10? Okay. You hear a splash in the water, and that's it.
Alright.
And you fall unconscious.
This is some powerful ass spell.
Yeah. So now, all of you wake up. You are all in one cell, and it's made out of trees.
Not again.
And you see these trees all wrap up to make this nice little cage, and you're above the swamp, and you can see the village about 10 feet away from you.
I don't suppose that counts as a long rest.
No, if anything, that would count as a short rest.
So, can we
Oh, no.
like?
You get
Are
to
they very
infinity back.
tightly?
Oh, that's
knit
right,
together? So it's
dude!
like a sky cell where it's like open on one end, but
Do
if
it
we
again.
leave, we'll like fall and die.   .                                        .  . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . We could try figuring out a way to climb down.
Is there anyone around us?
Oh,
You don't see anyone around you.
I have featherfall.
Yeah, you've just been placed in this thing.
So we're in a cage.
Do I have everything on me?
Yeah. Oh, actually, you don't have any of your weapons on you.
We don't have our weapons.
What about
Do
me?
I have my
Because
horn?
I've got...
Sorry?
Do I have my horn?
No,
Do you have my suitcase?
Oh.
you don't have your suit.
Because my weapon was rings.
They will take those.
They took them.
I want my dagger back.
Do we have
I
are we
want my
literally just
rings
wearing
back.
our clothes and that's it?
So no armor?
No armor.
No jewelry.
No jewelry.
What if our armor's underneath our clothes?
Then you're butt naked.
Yeah, my armor's underneath.
Yeah,
my clothes.
mine's as well.
yeah, no, they would have left it on.
Okay, sweet.
Mine's
Good to
not.
know.
I don't suppose anyone has a feather.
I suspect not, seeing as... I don't think so. We just got everything taken off us.
Let's see. Look. Is the crystal in my arm still there?
So wait, did they take our bags as well?
Yeah, they took everything that
Everything.
you had.
Did they take my holy symbols?
Alright, so the cage.
Yeah.
It's made of wood?
It's a large tree. Yeah.
Oh, we're in a tree.
You're in a tree, but it's like got a cage at the top. It's like the tree's been purposely grown into a cage.
Right, okay, so but there's 3 sides of bars and 1 side that's open?
And how high up are we?
Yeah, can I peer over the edge?
As you peer over the edge, it looks like at least a 60-foot drop.
Let's see.
You know, if anybody had a feather, it would really come in handy.
I do not.
What about
have
if
a
we
feather.
make bird calls and
Wait!
attract a bird to this tree? Then
I make a feather. Prestidigitation. I don't believe it requires a material component, but I'm gonna make a feather for you.
Does that count?
Yep, VS.
is it real
No
or is it just an
material.
illusion?
Yes, I can make a trinket. It's not an illusion, it's real.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, feathers count as a thing.
Presentation's so
It's,
utility.
yeah. I would say that's a real feather.
I make you a feather. Is this what you're after?
Looks like we're in business. I take the feather, and I cast Featherfall
On everyone.
on the whole party.
Okay, cool.
Let's do it.
Easy. I'm gonna jump out the window.
Yeah. Okay. As you walk up to the window, and you're about to jump off, you like jump, and then you just get pelted back into the cage.
What? By what? Is it just like a force?
You see a large tree hand come back out of you.
What the fuck was that?
Ow!
I think this tree's alive.
That didn't go as planned.
And at this point, you can look up, and you see the crescent moon still exactly where it was before. And you are in this cage.
How much time do you think has passed, guys?
Can't tell.
I don't know how time works here.
Can we... How thick are the branches that are keeping the cage?
Oh, you can see in every direction perfectly fine. But it's just like these are barred, so you can't slip through them. But yeah.
Alright, how do you reckon anyone here is strong enough to break open these
No.
bars?
Give me a second.
Not with my bare hands.
I silent image a copy of myself,
Okay.
Whoa!
and I have him leap over the edge.
You have him leap over the edge. As that happens, you see this large tree hand slap into the cage, and the figure goes straight through it, and it lowers its hand, and you don't know what it's gonna. It just doesn't do anything at this point.
How many times can you do that?
Whenever I want.
So
I'm gonna-
wait, did it try hitting the illusion?
Yeah.
And the illusion just fell through?
I'm
Okay,
going
so we
to-
go one at a
I'm
time.
going to minor illusion and like whisper in you guys' ears. I don't know if it can hear us or not, but this is probably the safest way we can communicate. If I make an illusion that jumps down to distract the hand, if we can glide safely, we might be able to get down.
Sounds like the best shot we've got.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Tony, do you reckon you could do that again?
No.
How long
No.
does it last for?
60 seconds, it's a reaction while falling. I don't have any more spell slots.
I see.
What about if you keep summoning those feathers and we make some sort of winged device?
I can't make that many at a time.
Well, I can't do much without my thieves' tools, I'm sorry to say.
Yes, I cannot do anything really.
Are there like vines coming out of the...
Where's Smudge?
Smudge isn't up here.
Okay, calm down. He's probably fine.
He better be.
Guards!
As you say that, actually, you see...
Oh yeah.
You hear, like a tree, like, cracking noises. And then, out of one of the poles, like the what are those called? Bars? One of the thicker ones.
Yeah.
You see a humanoid figure walk out of it.
Humanoid, what race?
It's not really a race.
Okay, cool.
What's it made?
What's it look like?
It's made of wood, and it has like flowing leaf hair.
Sounds like a dryad.
Flowing leaf here. So is it watching us
Well,
through the...
you called it.
Wait, so what is past the side of the cage? Is it like, does it enter into like a room that's built into the tree?
No, it's just this. Okay, so imagine top of a tree, right, and the canopy of a tree.
Yeah.
It's just a cage up there,
Okay.
and that's
Okay.
all.
So we're just in a cage on top of a tree.
Yeah.
And one side's open, and what leads out from that side?
Just that big opening.
Yeah.
It's just a drop down, and 60-foot drop, and then there's the village down there.
I wonder why they left this side open.
Maybe that's how they got us up here.
Maybe, but if they can make a cage like this, why not seal it?
Well, I mean, it's pretty effective at keeping us in.
But they need to use something else to keep us in. The giant hand.
I would say that's part of the cage.
Part of the cage.
But we're really just getting into semantics at this point.
I know.
The creature that you called for stands there for a little bit. It waits. You don't acknowledge it. It walks back into the.
Hello, wait!
It comes out of the bars.
What's your name? What are you?
It doesn't speak.
Right, we'll just call you Woody.
The face that you like, the crudely made face in the bark, smiles.
Can we leave?
It shakes its head no.
How come?
It like the mouth area begins to crack a bit more, and then it opens up. Because you have committed crimes against the manor leader.
Eh?
The manor leader.
Who's that?
The small gnome in the waistcoat?
Alright.
Were the crimes assault by any chance?
Yeah, they were.
Well,
I mean,
Yeah.
I would argue that
It was just
Destello over here is the only one credible for those crimes.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
would argue that he was subject of crime of racism.
I want a lawyer.
Well, of course, if you say that you
I demand a trial by combat!
a trial by combat, you say.
Yes.
As she smiles, that can be arranged. And walks into the
Oh,
bars.
shit.
Valefar, I don't know if that was a good idea.
Don't worry, I got this.
I feel like she was about to say something good, and then you were just like, "Hey, let's fight it."
How are we gonna
you-
find a champion around
I'm
these
itching
parts?
for a fight.
You hear the tree begin to creak as it begins to lower and lower
Oh shit!
and lower and lower.
Oh,
And it gets to about the level of water, and it submerges, and then it clears all the water from inside, and it goes beneath the mud layer, and then you see a large open ring of trees.
there's some powerful magic at work here.
This looks like an arena to me.
This does look like an arena.
And at that point, you see an arena filled, like all these seats filled with trees, and as like they've just planted trees in every single seat of the
Are
arena.
the trees watching us?
They're not moving; they're just trees. And you see one figure in the center of the arena.
Is it the mayor dude?
It's not the mayor dude.
What does it look like?
You can't see it from this height. It's just this little tiny dot.
Oh, goody.
And as you begin to lower further and further, you hear a voice, it just all around you, and it says, Welcome to the challenge chamber.
Alright, I'm gonna step out into the ring.
As you take a step forward, you see all these fireflies light up around the ring, and that's where we'll end today's session.